We swim here, baby, and it's a great day to wake up in Provincetown.
Good morning, everybody. Wake up.
Wake up, wake up.
In Provincetown. This week featuring
Wake up, wake up.
Can I have some coffee?
Wake up, wake up.
Make it strong, please. Hey. Ho. Hey.
Wake up, wake up.
Ho. No, really, can I have some coffee?
Wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up.
Hi, everybody. It's Friday, June 7th. This is Wake Up in Provincetown. I'm back.
Yeah, Bob, where were you?
I was in Foxborough last week for the Rolling Stones concert. Thank you once again to my work husband, Tommy Myers, for treating me to that for my birthday, which is this upcoming Monday.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I took him to the Stones in 2019 for his 60th birthday. I was like, surprise, I'm taking you to the Stones. Happy birthday. And for the last 5 years, he's like, I really want to figure out a way to thank you for taking me to the Stones that time. And then this spring, he was like, guess what? Surprise. I'm taking you to the Stones for your birthday. And it's like, you are so silly.
Was it a good show?
It was great.
Good.
I swear, and I said this last time, Mick Jagger wants to die doing that.
Like doing that dance that he does?
No, like it was, what's the song? It's just a shot away. That one where he's doing it as a duet with somebody. Give me shelter, thank you. She's screaming her face off. He's got like the veins, I swear, we're gonna burst, and his face is 40 feet high on that screen. And I was like, he's gonna die in 3, 2, 1. No, he made it.
How cool would that have been?
He made it. I mean, somebody is going to be at the concert where this happens.
Yeah.
He's 80-something.
That's cool, though. Good.
Running, screaming for 2 hours straight.
Born a rock star, die a rock star.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of, if not the greatest frontman in all of rock history.
Definitely.
It was a privilege to be there. Thank you, Mick and Co. for doing it. And now, because their drummer passed away a few years ago, they have a new drummer.
Oh,
I know. So one by one, they're just going to start,
I mean, the music has to live on. It's such great music.
It is such great
Yeah.
music. It was a great show. Your parents had tickets for it?
My parents had tickets for it, but then they didn't realize that it was during a trip they had planned to go to California for. Yeah.
So they just threw them away?
Yeah, they really tried to give them away or sell them, and I don't know if it ended up working out. The last time I spoke to them about it was a few days before, so maybe they got someone to take them, but...
I wish I had known this, but Mary Jo Avalar was there too. Somebody was like, "Did you see Mary Jo?" I was like, "There's 40,000 people in the football stadium." Unless we knew.
You saw Ethan last time you were at
that. Was so random.
Right.
That was totally random. But I hope you had fun, Mary Jo.
Yeah. I had a really fun week. One of the highlights that you saw to open the show is we rented a pontoon boat from Flyers.
Nice.
The first time we did that was last fall. It was kind of the same group that we did it this year. My good friend Sonny is back in town. He moved away last fall after living here for a few years. He's back for about a week, and we rented a pontoon boat. It was super cute. There were 10 of us on it. I think we have some pictures of the whole crew. If you've never done that, it's magical. That was the first time I had done it last summer, and it's really a good day. And what's really cool is you can do it you can do like a 10 to 2, and that gets you right off the boat for like happy hour at the Red Inn. It's like perfect timing. But it was so much fun. We opened that video with "We swim here, baby." It was ridiculous. Brittany had used Siri to set a timer on her phone for something, and then when it went off, she looked at it, and because we were all chatting behind her, it labeled the alarm "We swim here, baby." So we just kept saying "We swim here, baby" the whole day. It was really cute, a lot of fun. We went out to Long Point.
Warm enough to jump in?
No, but we did. It hasn't quite been warm enough to get in the water yet, but every time I've gone to the beach, I've jumped in, and every time I've been on a pontoon boat, I've jumped in.
Have you been going to the beach a lot?
I have been 3 times.
Oh my goodness.
The weather's been so great. And speaking of the weather, let's go to Sean with the weather. You ready, Sam?
Good morning, guys. It's another rainy Thursday here in P-Town, which we've had for the last 3 weeks or so. We'll get to the weather shortly, but before we do, I spent some time wandering around town this past Pride weekend. In one word, what does Pride mean to them?
Being grateful for who you are.
Self-respect.
Freedom.
Relief.
Acceptance. Freedom. Liberty.
Celebration.
Pride means to me, I pop.
What does that mean?
Illest pussy on the planet.
Freedom, liberty, celebration, and IPOP. For me, like others, Pride is about self-respect. It was a fantastic weekend of celebrations, parades, and parties, and the weather was stunning. This weekend's weather looks to be a bit more varied, with chances of showers and thunderstorms both Saturday and Sunday. The good news is temps are now regularly in the 70s, so whatever the skies bring, we won't freeze this week. Wednesday night was the season debut of Fag Bash, now in its 17th season, and it was fabulous time. The theme was Edge of 17 with plenty of Stevie looks to go around. Fag Bash will be every Wednesday night, 10 p.m. at the Gifford House. Make sure to check their Insta page at Miss Fag Bash to know next week's theme, which hopefully we'll be featuring here going forward. We had some unusual animal sightings around the Cape this week. First, an orca whale was spotted off Chatham, which is very unusual but not unheard of. And second, a pink flamingo was spotted in Dennis, which according to the Mass Audubon Society is unprecedented. I'm surprised the flamingo chose Dennis instead of P-Town. Finally, Martha Stewart is reporting that we'll have another great opportunity to see the Northern Lights again this coming week. So definitely keep an eye to the sky at night per the Domestic Diva's instructions. Everyone have a great weekend. For those of you in town, I will see you at tea. Guys, back to you at the brewery.
Looks like it's going to be another beautiful weekend in Provincetown.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sean,
Yeah.
our intrepid weatherman.
Thank you, Sean.
I pop.
Oh my God. How was your week? What'd you get up to?
Well, I mean, going back to the week before so that week I did my show at the post office on
so
Monday.
Fun.
Thank you for being there. Super
Yeah.
fun, a great crowd. And then that same week was Wednesday night was closing night of Angels in America. I finally got to see it
even
because they
closing night.
added those 3 days. Thank you so much, David Drake.
Mhm.
Incredible production. I mean, everybody's been saying this about that the entire time, but it
They
was
sold out almost. They were like so close to selling it the whole run. And the thing is like it was the same thing with the Fantastics. The first couple shows weren't sold out, and then everything else was sold out. So get tickets to the first couple shows because
Mhm.
everyone's like, "Oh, I'm coming," and then I'm like, "No, you're not. We're sold out."
Yeah. Buy them in advance,
Mm.
ahead of time. And then the night after that was the Rolling Stones. So I had this 1 week of just like so much like theater and music and
Oh,
fun,
cool.
and it was
You're so
super-
cultured.
I'm so highly cultured. And then since then I've had, just doing my thing, supporting the economy, going to all of the restaurants as they open one by one.
Mhm.
I went to June Bar last night finally.
Can we go back to Angel America really quick?
Yes, absolutely.
So Tony Kushner was in town.
I know. Moderating the Rachel Maddow thing at Town Hall.
And he actually stopped by the theater and had a conversation with the full cast. And he understandably, he was like, "Listen, I don't see this show anymore, but I can't make it 10 feet down the street without someone telling me that this production is one of the most incredible productions they've seen, Broadway caliber," which totally agree. One of the most incredible acted shows I've ever seen.
Oh, for sure.
And Tony Kushner stopped by just to like thank them for doing some amazing work. And they might even work together in the future.
That is so cool. I
Yeah.
love that he was here. He's here sometimes, not usually for the whole summer or anything like that, but he's a really, really kind-hearted, lovely person. Easy to wait on, and I mean, a theatrical genius.
And back to speaking of theatrical geniuses, back to your show. I do want to talk about it with you a little.
Okay.
First of all, your guests were incredible. Grinder Help Desk was so fun.
I know. I can't wait to go see that.
Yeah, that show is running all summer at the post office, and it's gonna be fun. Just the one number he performed at Bob's show, I was cackling laughing, so I'm excited to see the full
Good
show.
to be gay.
Yeah, and also Vivian Fontaine.
Hilarious.
Hilarious. I've known them for so long, and I know they're funny, but like stand-up is a completely different animal.
Yes.
And
it
they
is.
nailed it.
She crushed it.
Yeah.
Like a perfect a tight 5, they call it in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect 5-minute set. I could hear from backstage everybody rolling in the aisles.
Yeah.
Good time.
Mm-hmm. And I loved the number you did with the English major.
Oh, the Madonna medley.
It's so ridiculous.
Well, if you weren't there, I have friends. We all know these people,
Yeah.
people who have 1 or more college degrees who are just not using them in their professional life. And a friend of mine the other day was like, "Doesn't it upset you sometimes that you're not using your education?" And I was like, "So I'm going to use it tonight." And with my English degree, I did a medley of my favorite Madonna songs minus key parts of speech, starting with Holiday minus the verbs. It's surprisingly few words without like holiday without the verbs. It's like
Holiday.
yeah, it was.
Holiday. It was very, very funny.
Thank you. When I came up with that in my kitchen, I was clearly really stoned.
Work. That's when you had the best. That's how I came up with Wake Up. I was stoned out of my mind in my kitchen. I was like, what if?
Just be high.
Be
I mean,
high.
weed is really good for the creative process.
It
for
truly
me.
is.
I don't
Me
think
too.
that's true for everybody, but for a lot of people, it is.
I mean, I'll get high and have a creative streak and like make a note in my phone and write, and then I read it the next day. I'm like, none of this makes sense.
Yeah, sometimes you're like, I was just stoned. That's not very funny at all.
Yeah.
But sometimes it is.
Yeah.
So thank you for being there and
Yeah.
everything.
But also speaking of Vivian Fontaine, I haven't mentioned this in the show yet, but I'm actually going to be working with Vivian Fontaine all summer, as well as Jamie Morris and Eden Allegretti. Eden Allegretti was a co-host a few weeks back. The four of us are the cast in one of the new shows at the Post Office Cabaret. It's from Jamie Morris, who has done the Sharks Creek parody the past few years. This year it is The Devil Wears Payless.
You're making the announcement.
Yeah. I think I have the poster. Yeah. So it's going to be a ton of fun. Jamie Morris is back as
Miranda Priestley.
Eden is going to be playing the Andy Sachs character. Vivian Fontaine is going to be playing Emily Blunt's character, and I will be playing Stanley Tucci's character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
I love that.
You just get to be like baggy and bitchy playing Nigel, which
So
is
no acting and
no acting. It's very method. I've been training for this my whole life.
Just be yourself.
Yeah.
When does it open?
Like a week and a half.
How many nights a week is it?
4.
Do you already know all your lines?
Ish. We had our first rehearsal on Wednesday.
Is it a musical?
It is not a musical, but it's really, really fun, really funny.
I can't wait.
Jamie is so smart.
I love Jamie as well.
Yeah, and Eden and Vivian Fontaine are really forcing me to level up.
Oh, good.
They're really, really great. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Break a leg.
Thank you. I'll need it. I got up to so much this past week.
Like what? Oh, never mind.
I'm gonna kill you. So Friday I went to tea and then had one of my first meals at Local. Y'all know Local is one of my favorite spots for a burger.
Mhm.
The food there is always incredible. It's very chill. It's one of my favorite spots to eat alone, but I went with Todd that night. It was Todd's last weekend in town for the summer.
He's gone already?
Yeah, he's gone for the summer. He left this past Monday. Saturday, I went to Boy Beach with Todd to celebrate. We ran into some friends. Boy Beach is already popping off. There were boats everywhere. I'm excited to see the terrain is the dunes are like really coming back. Yeah. But one thing is that path to Boy Beach where you have to go through like the marshy spot, it gets wider every year. And
People don't want to step in.
Exactly. Like you gotta walk in the mud and the water. If you're not looking to get dirty, why are you going to Boy Beach anyway? You know? But maybe time for a little boardwalk there.
No.
I knew I was gonna eat a lot of this.
I'm surprised you haven't been assassinated for your no dogs on Commercial Street comment.
Just threatened in the street, not assassinated.
What did they threaten you with? Threaten is a strong
I don't
word.
want to say. I think it applies.
Someone threatened him.
Yes. But then after Boy Beach, I went to tea, had dinner, went over to the underwear party. Am I going to go to every underwear party at Purgatory this summer?
Why not?
Maybe.
You got your townie pass, right?
Yes. And then Sunday, I worked here at the brewery, which was actually so much fun. We did the kickoff of our dog party called the Mutt Strut, hosted by Mama JC. It was so much fun. There was probably about 20 dogs here, a bunch of people, dogs dressed up. The two standouts for me, I think we have a couple pictures, was Bonnie and Beth Abaloo with Neptune, but like obviously they always look incredible. But another favorite of mine was Danny, Hokio, and Jesus Christ, Charlie.
Wow.
They dressed up. They looked so cute. They dressed up as Hokio. So they wore all black and had a chain. Yeah. Sorry for forgetting your name, Charlie, but we love the desk.
Oh, the Charlie that built his
the
desk?
Charlie that built his
You
very
should remember
desk.
his name.
I do. I love Charlie. But it was so much fun, such a fun vibe. You know I love dogs.
So you don't mind dogs in restaurants, but you mind them on the street?
I love dogs. I love them everywhere. I'm always excited to see dogs. But a reminder that if you own a dog, it's your responsibility to make sure that dog is behaving. But that's what was so magical about it. I expected it to be chaos here with 20 dogs. I expected there were no fights, no barking. It kind of blew my mind. I was very shocked. Yeah. And also Ruby Arthur, another of my favorite dogs, was here. I think she won Best Strut or something. Actually, I think it was the Tina Burner Best Strut Award.
They named it after Tina Burner?
I think it was, yeah. Tina Burner will be on shortly. But yeah, definitely check it out. I think they're going to do monthly dog parties here at the brewery.
Oh,
it's a lot of fun. Yeah. Yeah.
Wake Up fully endorses the monthly dog party at the Provincetown Brewing Company.
It's fun. Then this past Monday, I hosted trivia with none other than our tech producer, Sam Sewell. It was so much fun. She did such a good job. She did Pride lyrics. So it was like Pride anthems, and she read the lyrics. And it's really hard when you don't have the beat or the. It was a challenge.
When just the words themselves stripped of all of the things that make the song.
And then I did famous queer women of color in honor of Women's of Color Weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It was really fun.
I know. I had just had lunch earlier that day with Sam and Carmen and Miguel at the Northeast Beer Garden, which is definitely one of the best food places this summer. They have this incredible white bean dip and that like massive chicken parm that doesn't even fit on a plate.
It like hangs over every edge.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Carmen was like, I can't eat this by myself. I was like, I don't think you're supposed to. Like,
it doesn't come with pasta though, right?
No.
It's crazy to me.
But it's so good. Go there and get something to eat and drink, you guys. It's also the best cocktail bar in town.
Are you free Monday? Do you want to host trivia with me?
This Monday is my birthday.
Oh yeah, so you don't have to.
I will probably be at
blackout
dinner or
drunk.
something. No.
Oh.
Wow. Just because Harrison quit drinking.
I didn't quit drinking. I'm drinking less.
Okay. I will be blackout drunk on my birthday.
As you should be, right, Ethan?
Yeah. Well, he turned 21. That's why he got
you have to
drunk.
be. One thing you'll know, if you can pass for 21, which I don't know if anyone here can. I cannot anymore. But I was out with one of my girlfriends in my late 20s, and she was very wasted and really bothering everyone around us. So I just started telling everyone it was her 21st birthday. And people get really less mad when they think it's your 21st birthday. You can act however you want.
Yes.
People are.
She's 28.
She was 28 at the time. Sunday night, I hung out with Todd for his very last night, and it was a little crew of us. And one of the people who was there was Marissa. I don't know if y'all remember Marissa. She performed a lot at the Crown last year in the Broadway show, and she is back for the whole summer this year. She is working at Butch's and also co-hosting Broadway on the Beach with Brittany Rolfs.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be in the Broadway on the Beach show the first Monday in July. So definitely get tickets. I think it might be July 1st or 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not good at calendars, but definitely get tickets for that show. It's the love themed show. But it was really fun hanging out with Marissa because as someone who's been here for like 10 years, I've grown bitter to the world around me. And it was so nice seeing someone who was brand new to Provincetown and just like in awe of the magic and beauty around us. We showed her the breakwater for the first time that night, and it was nice to be
reminded of what you love about the place.
Yeah, because the beauty doesn't go away. You just stop noticing it as much. And to see someone noticing it for the first time, it reminded me that there's so much beauty and magic and happiness around us.
Play that back. I want this on a loop. That's great.
Yeah.
Maybe you just need to hang out with new people more.
You're right. Sorry, Joel, I'm not hanging out with you anymore. I'm just kidding.
Where's Todd going for the summer?
He's going to be in between New York and Philly this summer. So if you run into him, buy him a cocktail.
Philly. Are you moving to Philly?
Maybe. Who knows? Well, I did lose my housing. So we'll see how much longer I'm able to stay in town.
How did you lose your housing?
The apartment in which I live in that is operated as an apartment for 50 years at this point. And in the 10 years I've lived in that apartment has been inspected by the town twice. And we just had a third inspection for some reason, and they said it can't be an apartment after 50 years. So
what new about it is disqualifying it?
There's nothing new about it.
Why did they say that it can't be an apartment?
Something about egresses. And my apartment has literally 3 egresses out to outside and 1 stairway up to the upper floor. I don't understand.
Is there any way to fight this?
Oh, girl, you know I'm going to fight it. But it's been operating as an apartment for 50 years. We'll see if I'm able to stay in town. Yeah, I think a few members of current town staff have actually lived in that very apartment before.
Him?
Yeah, he's lived with me once. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
That's scary.
So maybe I'll be moving to Philly earlier than expected.
That sucks.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah.
You feel okay about it?
I feel okay about it. I don't think I will have to leave, but
Yeah, because like, was there a timeline? Were they like, this is not an apartment anymore, you have to be out by X?
I think it's just one of those things where there's just fines until it is rectified.
The landlord will get fines,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
you.
Oh, right.
But I mean, have you talked to your landlord about it?
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah. This Wednesday I went on that boat and then had my first day of rehearsal, and that was kind of my week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Let's do our chat with Helltown Fitness. I stopped by the Crown and Anchor, which is where Helltown is operating, after one of their classes.
After it was done.
Yeah, I walked in. I was like, "Ooh, everyone's so sweaty," but
Fun.
they looked hot and sweaty, and I looked not hot and sweaty.
Unawake.
Yeah, exactly. So check this out. This is Tim and Andrew from Helltown Fitness. Good morning, everyone. We are here with Tim and Andrew. They are the owners and instructors here at Helltown Fitness. Thank you so much for chatting with me, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So we are at the Crown and Anchor, which is where y'all do your classes. So you've been doing classes for about a year and a half?
We are starting our second season effective this weekend.
Work.
Yeah.
That's really exciting. So tell me a little about the classes you've been offering, because I know you just kind of did some test classes, but tell me about the ones you've been offering.
So in our previous season, we did a shred and a strength, both really focused using the kettlebell. Kettlebell because it's very versatile, so we can get strength and endurance and conditioning all in one.
They also fit in the tiny closet we have here at the Crown and Anchor.
Right.
The shred class is more of a time-based interval workout, and the strength is more task-based. But both workouts are designed so that people can customize the workout that they need for their body in that moment.
Yeah, we want them to be challenging but doable for everyone.
Awesome. I have also noticed you guys have been doing some test classes. It seems like you guys are being really thoughtful about including everyone and having a class available for everyone and their fitness goals. Tell me a little about the test classes you've been doing.
Well, so they're not just test classes anymore.
Oh, good.
We're beginning to offer 3 new class types this summer. So we have a new dance cardio class that Tim teaches, which will challenge your body and your mind, especially if you're like me and you're still working on your coordination. But
You're not so good at a 6, 7, 8.
Tim is a former professional dancer, so it comes very easily to him, but not so much for me. But so you'll be learning a different set of movements, of dance steps, and interspersed in that we'll have some toning moments with light dumbbells, so you really feel a nice burn.
Oh, that's awesome.
Our other new class is Sculpt, and it utilizes light dumbbells, 1s, 2s, 3s, and 5s, and works at the end range, because we understand that some people aren't looking for, or always looking for, a super intense workout. So this is going to be a great complement for people who want to resist injury, be pliable, but also a complement to those people who want to work with the kettlebell so they can do it more effectively and safely.
Awesome. And I just saw a run club?
Yeah, that's right. So we're just starting up with that. We're going to be people meeting at the Crown and Anchor, going through a run in town with Coach Matt, one of our new instructors, and it's going to be mixed in some body weight work, and it's it'll be a nice way to build endurance and speed with hills, intervals, all sorts of running stuff.
And speaking of new instructors, not only Coach Matt, but Coach Johnny, otherwise known as Delta, will be coming and doing the cardio dance class for us as well.
Is that a heels class?
It can be.
So yeah, this is Delta Miles, one of the iconic drag queens of Provincetown. She does drag brunch. She has
Divas.
and a Judy Garland show this season.
Work. Awesome. I just want to thank you guys so much. You guys are so thoughtful about including everyone, and also I know you guys really well, and I know that it's a very fun, inclusive space and a safe space, which I know is very important for people that are new to working out or want to get there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks so much for chatting with me, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Check out a Helltown Fitness class. They've added so many brand new classes that there is a class that is perfect for everyone, regardless of your current.
There's a dance class too.
Yeah,
I know, that's one I
taught
wanna
by
take.
Delta. How
Wow,
fun is that?
where?
I'm gonna be there.
Isn't Tim Bishop choreographer too?
Yeah.
There's a lot of like
Yeah, there's also a new run club I'm thinking about if my knees can hold up for that.
a run club.
Yeah.
Through Helltown Fitness.
Yeah.
Oh wow, where are they gonna run?
Everywhere.
All over.
Yeah. Okay, let's do some news. Let's start with local news. So everyone is super excited about Luke's Lobster coming to town.
They are.
Yeah. So it's going to be in the old Surfside space, which is right by
Club.
Surfside Club?
No, Surf Club. Surfside is the hotel near Finizzi's.
Right.
The Surf Club space on McMillan Wharf.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, there's a lot of talk around this because Luke's Lobster is a chain. And obviously, the town has certain bylaws about change. A lot of people have opinions about change. But basically, if the P-Town bylaw requires that chains get special permits unless they make changes to disqualify themselves from needing a permit. And Luke's has made those changes.
Right.
They've changed their logo. They changed their name. It's now going to be called Luke's at McMillan Pier.
Wharf, I think.
They've also are not going to be using their standard menu. Their standard menu typically has.
No, I'm saying that the words on the shirt will be. A traditional Luke's Lobster Shack is like the storefront is. I've walked by a bunch of them in New York, and it's just like lobster rolls, crab rolls, shrimp rolls. It's like a very small menu.
And soup.
And soups, rotating soups.
Work.
This one is going to be, I guess, they have a flagship restaurant in Maine where the company is based. That's like the size of a regular restaurant, and this will be patterned after that as like obviously a real restaurant with a full liquor license, not just a couple of rolls.
Yeah, and they'll probably have more like you could probably get a whole lobster, like things like that, more like diney sit down stuff.
And I heard they want to change their liquor license to year round as opposed to seasonal.
So cool.
That would be great for all of us.
Yeah, I did have a realization this past week that like it used to be kind of unheard of for a restaurant not to be open 7 days a week in this town, and now there's like 2 restaurants that are open 7 days a week.
Yeah, a lot of people are closed one whole day of the week.
Yeah, the pandemic kind of shifted that, and I think a lot of people reevaluated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but
it's hard to find a place to eat on Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
They have announced some of their staff, their team members. Raina, who was most recently the chef at the Crown and Anchor, is part of the management team. Excuse me. I mean, I got most of what I'm saying from the newspaper the other day.
Me too.
And yeah, it said Raina was the restaurant manager, and I was like, does that mean she's not in the kitchen? Like, I wonder if she's consulting chef-wise. But anyway, she's part of the management team. And Tracy Price, who was at Finizzi's forever, and then Tracy was recently manager at Betsy's.
Oh, cool.
Now she's going to be helping to manage Luke's on McMillan Wharf.
That's exciting. I love to see like P-Town locals getting involved.
Well, I mean, you had to hire people like that if you really wanted this to work.
Yeah, and you want the town to get on board.
Exactly. So congratulations to Luke's for hiring those 2 wonderful community members.
The only other 2 times that this bylaw has been looked at when it comes to chains in the past 10 years has been CVS and Lululemon.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those did get approved. Lululemon ran out of here as soon as they... No, I'm just kidding.
Sam was like, there was a Lululemon? I'm like, yeah, not even that long ago.
No, and I completely forgot about it too. I was like, you're right, but there was a Lululemon.
It's now Steel.
Yeah. They are raising money their first week of opening for one of our favorite charities, Summer of Sass. So stop by in the first week because some of the proceeds of your meal will go to Summer of Sass.
At Luke's.
Yes, at Luke's. It is. Sometimes I feel like people are a little too hard on chains. I feel like sometimes chains come in here and really want to be a part of the community in the way we want all businesses to be a part of the community. Like, I feel like Marc Jacobs kind of had a bad rap and people were like, wait, Marc Jacobs here, but Marc Jacobs did so much cool stuff. He sold a shirt worldwide that supported the soup kitchen here in town. If you go to the library, the reading room is the Marc Jacobs reading room, making us the coolest place on the planet. And then they kind of got pushed out of town because people didn't want them, which was kind of a bummer. Yeah, so it's exciting to see chains that want to be here. They want to be part of the community. They want to give back.
There is a certain subset of the population here who is very, I was born and raised here. How dare you donate enough money to the library to have a room named after you? But that's what people do. And I, for one, like it. Should I rant about this?
Rant about the community space. I also want to rant about
We're
community
going to talk
space,
about Provincetown community space for just a minute, only because it took up way too much time of my day off fighting with strangers on the internet. I should not. I allowed it myself to be goaded into a fight with people that I don't know, you know, keyboard warriors, as it were. One of whom, you know, was like, I'm 85 years old. I was born and raised here. I have known and seen more in Provincetown than you will ever understand. Be that as it may, sir. Your homophobia is showing. This person, whose behavior I refer to as churlish, an 80-year-old man responded to me by calling me girlish.
Which is true, but rude. I'm just kidding.
Which is just to say that got him. I mean, I don't think that person is in the community space anymore.
Yeah, that's not the way we speak to each other.
No, you can't run around saying stupid, homophobic, misogynistic bullshit to people you don't know.
I also that his first comment was like, I don't care what happens in P-Town. It's like, why are you on Provincetown community space?
That's my main pet peeve. That's what started this whole thing, is in the community space, on a post about Provincetown by somebody who lives and works in Provincetown, this person says, I don't care what happens in Provincetown. It's fine to not care. Then don't say anything.
Or don't be here.
It's also fine to care and say stuff. but to care and then say you don't care is childish and obnoxious.
Yeah. I think we could use a refresh over on the Provincetown community space. Sometimes I'll ask something and someone will be like, well, I haven't been to P-Town in 15 years, but I'm like, what are you doing?
You don't even go here.
Yeah. I think we need a fresh start.
Yeah, the person that jumped to the defense of the homophobic bigot, the churlish homophobic bigot, doesn't go here either. Like, I'm just a Washashore who had to move away 20 years ago. Go torture people in your own community space then.
I posted on Provincetown Community Space this past week. Like I said, my friend Sonny is in town. He stopped to have lunch. The first thing he got to town, he not saying he didn't do anything wrong, but he left his bag there, which we do every once in a while, over the back of his chair. Realized it about 45 minutes later, ran back, and he was like, oh, I left my bag here. And they're like, oh, we just gave it to your friend. And he was like, what?
Which friend?
He's like, I don't have any of those. I'm just kidding. But apparently some random person walked in and was like, I left a bag here. And they were like, oh, here, it's this one. Which, as a restaurant employee, I understand, but also I understand that shouldn't happen. And now I posted on Community Space because I was hoping the person who took it might have dug for cash or any valuables or anything he might want and then dumped the bag, hopefully leaving the keys, the IDs, the things like that.
All of the stuff he really needs to get home.
Honestly, he's not worried about any of those things. What he was most bummed about is his wallet. His wallet was handmade for him by one of his campers when he was a camp counselor in his teens, and he's had it for 15 years, and that's really what he wanted back. So he's very sad about that. But I posted just to see if anyone might keep your eyes out, might be in a trash can, thrown behind a bush, one of those things. And people responded kindly, well wishes, all great. And then people were like, oh, did you try this? Like the most base things.
Like,
it's like, my first thing wasn't to go to you people. Like our first thing was to go to the police, ask about cameras, check the restaurant, check trash cans, or like we did all the things.
Did you think about calling the police?
Yeah, we did. But thank you for everyone who kept their eyes peeled. Unfortunately, we haven't found it yet, but he's here for a few more days.
Wait, where are his spare car keys?
It was his brother's car, and his brother overnighted him extra keys.
That sucks.
Yeah, and he got 2 parking tickets in the time he didn't have his keys. But luckily, if you file a police report saying you lost your keys, you can get rid of the tickets.
Good to know.
Yeah.
You do need to do that.
Okay. Another thing that happened in town on the Cape this past week was we've had a few wildlife sightings that are very out of the ordinary. Last week, there was an orca sighting off the shores of Cape Cod, which isn't typical, happens, but isn't typical. But this past week down at, what beach was it? Chapin Beach. Chapin. Was the first sighting of a wild flamingo on Cape Cod.
Yeah.
That's.
You've ever been to a place where pink flamingos live and hang out? It's not New England.
No.
I've seen them in Mexico.
We don't have shrimp. And that's what they eat.
That's what they eat.
Yeah. So very interesting. Who knows what this happened? Obviously, people thought it was a fake picture, but they were live pictures. So obviously, you can't really fake that. They thought it might have been an escape from a local zoo or a nearby zoo. I guess we don't have local zoos on the Cape, but interesting. It must be a weather pattern.
Harbinger of doom.
Yeah, harbinger of doom. Exactly. The town this past week also did something really incredible. We had an active shooter response training. They came specifically to a certain local business who wanted to get a plan for their space. Nightclub owners, bar owners, restaurant owners, staff all came to town hall for a seminar. 100 people attended. This came after, on May 10th, they announced there was an alert of a heightened threat environment for queer spaces. I think this is really important in our community. I was really impressed and happy last carnival to see a huge police presence, specifically blocking roadways entering Commercial Street, because there's a lot of scary potential for events like that. So really great to see people really into learning about this.
A special thank you to Assistant Town Manager Dan Riviello for setting that up for everybody. Mark and Ann were at it. I'm going to ask Ann about that when we talk to her later. Because, I mean, that is, wait, you said on May 10th, they said there's a heightened.
Not locally.
Not locally.
But general gay
but
space.
general. Yeah. Okay, a couple more stories. Really quick. Tonight is our first Fag Out Fridays back here at the brewery. It's a very special one. It's going to be hosted by our reigning bearded mistress, Pink Lady Apple. You might also know them as Brittany Rolfs, our co-host last week.
Pink Lady Apple.
Yeah. She's going to be hosting Fag Out Fridays, which is our musical theater video bar night. But it's extra exciting because Brittany is our reigning bearded mistress, and tonight we are revealing the brand new can featuring
With her on it?
Featuring Pink Lady Apple. So that's going to be really fun and exciting. Also, I complained a few weeks about the crosswalks in town.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically the one at the top of the hill by the high school parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's on a grade, and it's when they redid all the crosswalks in town to that thick yellow solid. I know there were some homeowners who complained about having to look out of their window and like, yeah, they're ugly, but are other crosswalks pretty, I guess? But I was complaining because they're very slippery. And when you're at the top of the hill and it's wet out, it's so easy because you're walking, when you're getting over Bradford, it slopes down and I'm always like, ooh. But they graded them all off and then just put stripes, and the stripes are gritty.
So
Yeah,
safer.
they're much safer. I hope this wasn't in response to anyone falling or being hurt. I hope it was in response to me bitching here on Wake Up. But I doubt it was.
Every little bit helps.
Yeah. Okay, I have two more stories. One of them is just a personal story, but I know there are people out there who are going to be excited. Pepsi is no longer the second largest soda producer after Coca-Cola.
Who is?
Dr. Pepper.
What? No way. How did that happen?
And if there is one true fact in the world, it's that all bad bitches love Dr. Pepper.
Is that a song?
No.
That's Thirsty Burlington. Made
Thirsty
this happen.
Burlington, Cher, me, Mark. Bad bitches love
You
Dr.
like
Pepper. And Hubbell. Bad bitches love Dr. Pepper.
That's hard to believe. We're
I
going to
know.
fact check that during the next recorded segment.
Perfect. Okay, one more story and then we can move on. So it was basically there were whistleblowers about a month ago saying that the Pride collection wasn't going to be featured in about half of the stores in Target stores. Basically, this comes after last year there was a lot of drama and unsafety around the Pride collection. A lot of far-right bigots were going to Target and harassing staff.
Mm-hmm.
It was just utterly ridiculous. And it is a bad sign that a place like Target is giving in to them. But I would love for everyone to remove themselves and their queerness from consumerism. Like being able to buy things is not what makes you a queer person, and is not what, you know what I mean?
Right, sucking dick is what makes you a
Yeah,
queer
thank you.
if you're a guy.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, like, and there was a story that came out yesterday that just goes to show you why the sentiment behind it matters, but this specific thing doesn't matter. In this happening, a bunch of artists that had been reached out to create work for this Pride collection have not been paid. And also the orders that they were given were before they decided to not include it in about half of their stores. So they're also like, oh, and we only need about 20% of what we ordered.
Target's doing this?
Yeah, so Target is fucking over queer artists and kowtowing to far-right bigots. And it's like, just, you want to feel queer,
But I
don't
love
buy a
Target.
rainbow t-shirt from Target. You want to feel queer, do a little meditation with the moon or something and connect with the queerness inside.
You're not calling for a boycott of all Targets, are you?
No.
Okay, good.
Or buy from queer artists.
Yeah, buy directly from
Buy
queer artists.
directly from
Especially
queer
in Provincetown, there are so many incredible queer artists you can. Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot to mention, I went to Benoit's opening over at the Treadwell Gallery. That is so fucking incredible. His work is so amazing.
He's very, very talented.
Yeah. If you didn't catch our show last week, we had an interview with him all about his incredible tarot deck he's working on.
I can't wait for the whole deck to come out someday.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I don't know if it's still up at Treadwell Gallery, but you can definitely stop by and see some of the pieces. I know some of them were scooped up, but some really beautiful stuff that I think you would love to have on your wall.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
Great.
Yeah.
Let's turn it over to the babes and boys to tell you all what's going on this weekend in Provincetown.
Yeah.
Hello and happy Pride, everyone. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. The weather was nice. We had so many events. It was great to see you out there. Happy Pride. You should be very proud. Now, moving on to some events for the week. We have the Provincetown Cabaret Fest still going on until the 9th. You can check out all the action at provincetowncabaretfest.com because they have many, many events going on all over town this week. Check them out. And starting on Friday, Summer Camp and Babes are going to be playing at the Water's Edge Cinema, continuing on their Babylicious lineup. And at the Fine Arts Work Center, starting at 6 p.m., you can join a conversation with Helen Molesworth and Catherine Opie. That's a 5 p.m. reception and a 6 p.m. conversation. Also talking about great conversation to listen to, Cody Plays will be at the Provincetown Theater the 6th, 7th, and 8th with Cody's Town Meeting Solo Show. I've heard this is great. I'm going to check it out myself. I'll see you there. If you're going to the brewery at 7 p.m., they're going to have their Fag Out Fridays hosted by the Bearded Mistress, and the new can design can be seen here. Way to go off, Bearded Mistress. Congratulations. Then over at Gifford House, Tori McLean is holding their Townie Night with $10 tickets. At the door only. The show is at 7:30 p.m. They'll seat at 7. And at the Gifford House, Liza Lott and Mike Flanagan will be serenading you starting at 9 p.m. So you're not going to want to miss that. Then on Saturday, you can join the 6th annual Walk for Home at 10 a.m. to help prevent homelessness for Lower and Outer Cape individuals, starting at the Town Hall. Please bring your sneakers. Also at Town Hall, Payomet is having their launch party. You can come out and celebrate the launch of their 26th season. They'll have performances by Cirque by the Sea, and Lewis Brothers is sponsoring with ice cream. And then later in the day, the Dirty Water Dance Band is going to be playing at 7 p.m. at Town Hall, and it's all for free. So go check them out. Then over at 20 Summers, Signs from the Mainland is going to be playing at 6 p.m. discussing the lives of deaf individuals on Martha's Vineyard. Then all the way out in Wellfleet, you can go see Smart because they're opening their show on June 8th, and tickets can be found at what.org. Happy opening, break legs. Then back in town at the Post Office Cafe, Spooky is holding Helltown Burlesque all Saturdays at 10 p.m. Scan here for the code, or you can go to postofficecafe.net. Moving along to Sunday, Hoedown Brunch is getting started. Mackenzie's featuring Scarlett Strauss and Mayhaps at 11 and 1 p.m. over at the Crown and Anchor. Also at the Crown and Anchor, you can catch the comparable Miss Dina Martina during their Townie Night on June 9th, Sunday. This show is at 7 p.m. and you can pick up your ticket by showing your current government ID with the Provincetown address at the door, or a current utility bill showing a Provincetown address in the same way as your ID. And shortly after that, you can catch myself and a plethora of Provincetown natives in the Ruthies Boutique Denim and Dye 2nd Annual Fashion Show hosted by Tina Burner. Doors open at 8:30 p.m. and the show is at 9. Then after that, we can all get our groove on over at the Grotto Bar at 10:30 p.m. where DJ KT will be spinning The First Church. I'll see you at church, gay men. Moving on to Tuesday, check out Mike Sullivan at his open house and artist talk from 2 to 7 p.m. over at the Hawthorne Barn, featuring the many masks of Mike Sullivan. And later that night, you can catch Thirsty Burlington and Cher 1987. This is the opening show. Doors are at 7:30. Break legs, Thirsty. And then Wednesday brings us the Provincetown International Film Festival. Please check out provincetownfilm.org as there is over 80 plus shows in this film festival, plus events, and very special guests on the way. So go check them out at provincetownfilm.org. Speaking of films, over at the Provincetown Public Library, they're going to be showing But I'm a Cheerleader at 5:30 p.m. as part of their June Movies Pride Month pick. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend. And then Thursday brings us Frolic Weekend, a 5-day celebration of queer joy for men of color for all over the world. They have some pretty awesome parties, so stay tuned and go to wearefrolic.com for more information on the events in Provincetown. Also, Thursday brings us Cards Against Humanity every Thursday over at the Provincetown Brewing Company, hosted by Lux Liaison, starting at 7 p.m. And later that night at 8:30, you can catch Judy Gold in Your Mom's Not Funny. This is also Judy's first night, so go ahead and support her over at the post office. Next week on the 14th, the Gifford House is going to be holding high tea. I'm highly anticipating these events as that new patio is just about ready. It's going to be wonderful. And also, you are cordially invited to a movie-themed dance party fundraiser, the Provincetown Film Society, and their prom. It's Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion themed. It's at 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. and all money goes to support the Provincetown Film Society. So come check out this fundraiser. It's going to be really fun. Also, save the dates because on June 16th and June 19th, Juneteenth festivities begin with a Juneteenth cabaret with James Jackson Jr. and a community cookout and celebration on June 19th. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to email us at babesandboys@gmail.com, or if you would like your event put up here, send us a graphic, send us a pic. We would love to talk with you. Or you can reach out to @babesandboys on Instagram and say, hey, have a great weekend, everyone. Those temperatures are heating up, so put on your sunscreen.
Thank you so much, Paul Rizzo. Check out Ruthies Fashion Show, but also
That was Babes and Boys.
Oh,
We accept.
yay, babes and boys! Please welcome Ann Hubbell to the Wake Up stage.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
Hi. Hi.
You've got some
It's
exciting
it's
film
nice to see you
festival
guys in
news.
person instead of behind the bar.
Exactly.
you.
Which is where I usually see you guys.
Right. So we are coming up on the Provincetown International Film
Yes.
Festival this upcoming weekend. This next weekend.
Wednesday,
It is
Oh,
the
right.
which number film festival is this?
26.
26.
We could still pass for 21.
We could. So you must be extra busy right now.
I am extra busy right now.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much for taking
Yeah.
a little bit of time to come
Absolutely.
into Wake Up.
Yeah.
So what have we got going on for this film festival? I'm really excited about some of the local offerings we have.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'm excited about, we have a bunch of local films. We have a feature film by Marco Calvani
Mhm.
called High Tide.
I was in that.
That a lot of
Local Honey was
Yeah.
in that.
Sam's in it too.
hooking it up. Yeah, so that's gonna be super fun. And then we've got a lot of local shorts. We've got I don't know, at least two programs have a bunch of local shorts in them, and each of the shorts programs are showing twice. One of the new venues that we're using this year, which I think festivals have used in previous years, is Fisherman Hall at the school.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so the shorts will all show there. So we have a nice big venue for
Yeah.
those, and
The
a
shorts are,
stage
I
for
feel like
people.
are one of the biggest sellers, right? People love the shorts.
People love the shorts.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
good that you have a big space for them.
It is, and I like having so many shorts because it means so many filmmakers come to town,
Mhm.
and that I feel like is what brings so much energy to P-Town, and it's a lot of people who are coming for the first time, and we want to welcome them into the film festival family, and hopefully they'll come back.
Totally.
Yeah, I don't think anybody ever went to Provincetown and said, I'm never going back there.
There.
Yeah.
Who's your filmmaker on the edge this year?
Filmmaker on the Edge is Andrew Hay.
Oh,
You guys
yeah.
might have seen All of Us Strangers this
Mhm.
year, as well as Weekend, and he's made a bunch of films. He's coming, it's his first time in Provincetown, so
Really?
he's quite excited to come here.
Wow.
And he'll be in conversation with John Waters.
Oh, wow.
Yep, next Saturday afternoon,
Before the prom.
right before the prom. So this year we're doing a fundraiser for the Provincetown Film Society, which produces the festival and also runs year-round the Water's Edge Cinema, as well as has programs for filmmakers, including the Outer Cape Filmmaker Group and some filmmaker residencies. And so we thought, how can we have a really fun fundraiser for the organization and tie it into what's going on at the festival? And since we're using the school auditorium, I said, well, what's going on in the gym? Can we turn it into a prom? So we decided to put a movie theme to it. And so we're going to show Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion
Oh my God, I love that.
Thursday night outdoors at the Crown and Anchor, so for free. And then Saturday night, we'll have our prom. And it's a fundraiser. So, pay to come, please. Tickets are available. Tables are available. And we think it'll be really fun. We have entertainment. We have maybe some performances. We have drinks, spiked punch, food.
Do you have
Dancing.
a dress and a date picked out for the prom yet?
I have a couple of options.
For dates?
Well,
It's still early.
it is. Come on.
Treat
Right. I do have a couple of options. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to sort of go dark Janine Garofalo, or if I'm going to go sort of 80s big hair. I mean,
My vote is Janine Garofalo.
I mean, it's,
Yeah.
yeah. Someone, I need a black wig if anybody's got, if there is one in town.
Harrison is a Jean Garofalo, but Local Honey is a Romy. So
See, there
it's
you
fine.
go.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see one of you at the prom.
Exactly. So one of my favorite things about the Provincetown International Film Festival is you always get to see some really cool people running around town. I know last year I was working at the Red Inn and Rachel Sennett came in for a cocktail. Justin Firstman came in for a cocktail a couple years ago. I didn't recognize them, but Dale Dickey came into the bar at the Red Inn, and still to this day, my favorite interview we've ever done on Wake Up. One of the sweetest people I've ever met in my life. And what I love about Dale Dickey is she just pops up everywhere.
Oh yeah.
You'll just be watching something, you're like, oh, Dale Dickey.
I know.
She was just in Fallout, the
I
show
know.
that came out.
She's like Kevin Bacon.
Exactly.
Should be a 7
6
degrees.
of Dale
Or
Dickey.
6 degrees. Well, it's 7 for her.
Right. So who do we have coming to town this year? Any fun big
Well, Joel
names?
Booster is coming back. He was here with Fire Island, if you guys remember, and he's at our opening night film, which is called Outstanding, which is about queer comedians. Our own Judy Gold is in that movie as well.
Suzanne Westenhofer as well.
Yes, it's got an amazing group of subjects, and just talks about the history of queer comedy and semi-local filmmaker Paige Hurwitz, who is also a comedy producer, produces big shows, Wanda Sykes and whatnot. She's in town usually all summer and has a place on the Cape, and so we're super happy to welcome her to open the festival with that. So I think that'll be a really fun opening night because we'll have comedians around, and then we have Coleman Domingo coming to town. Yes, he's our acting honoree. So we have a conversation with Coleman on Thursday, and we're showing his new film Sing Sing, and he'll be in conversation with Christine Vachon, who is a big indie producer, and they have made a couple of movies together, and so that'll be a really great conversation. That'll be at the Crown.
Really cool.
Yeah.
As always, sounds like it's going to be incredible.
I know.
Yeah.
And Andrew Haig, he did Looking as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too bad I think Murray's in Germany or something.
Maybe.
Right now. He might be here.
Something just got announced with him in it, with someone like Anne Hathaway or something, right?
Really?
Yeah. I forgot.
We'll find out when he gets back.
Yeah.
We'll IMDb that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So definitely get your tickets now for everything going on at the Provincetown International Film Festival.
Yeah.
And always, I know we have you on for the film festival, but Water's Edge Cinema is year round. It shows some of the best
Thank you.
like current movies. I saw Furiosa there a couple weeks ago. Incredible. It's such a great experience. So fun. So definitely check out the Water's Edge Cinema year round.
Thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Now, Paul Rizzo. Take it away, Paul.
Hey everybody, I'm behind the scenes at the second annual Ruthies Fashion Show. You guys might know Ruthies Boutique as a nonprofit thrift shop that donates all their proceeds to the AIDS support group and helping our women. But this fashion show is a really fun community event that's in its second year. Paul, how much fun are you having dressing the models?
It's a lot of fun, and I'm not a planner, but there's been a lot of people that have been helping, as David Hall and Scott Coffey and a lot of other people. Yeah, and
what's the theme?
Playing dress up. The theme is denim and dye. David Hall's been altering some clothes with a bunch of other people. Some people are donating pieces to go in it. But a lot of the items are coming from Ruthies. Yeah.
And how did the fashion show come together last year?
Colin and David Hall, I believe it was their idea. And this year, it's we were planning ahead a little bit further before. Yeah, but it should be fun.
And I know that a lot of the models are going to be a surprise, but I think there's a couple of them lurking around the store right now. What are you doing back there?
I'm just looking for all the denim and dye.
Have you done your fitting yet? Do you know what you're wearing in the fashion show?
I'm patiently waiting for this amazing interview to wrap up. And then I'll be denim and dead.
I found some denim and dye.
Oh, hello, Sam.
I was just texting people, I'm living my 13-year-old boy cartoon fantasy.
Did you put all this together or did you pick that up?
It was a combination.
Yeah, you give such really good ideas and things for people to pick through, so I think it's really fun to like play and mix and match, and this spoke to me. There's a rad jacket though that's made out of leather that really speaks to me. I just need to find some pants.
This is so much fun. I love this on you. This it's like the sky.
And so this is one of the items that David Hall dyed, the shirt there.
Yeah. So tell everybody, the fashion show is Sunday, June 9th.
at 9 p.m.
At the Crown and Anchor?
at the Crown and Anchor.
Do they have to buy tickets?
Yes.
They can
Or-
do that online or at the box office or both? Probably both. That's it.
Yeah.
Come. It's the day after tomorrow, June 9th, Sunday, June 9th, second annual Ruthies Fashion Show featuring Sam, Mackenzie, and a bunch of other secret guests. Thanks, Paul. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
doing this. We'll see you guys soon.
Thank you so much, Paul Rizzo. The host of the Ruthies Fashion Show is now with us. Tina Burner, please welcome her to the stage.
Hi. Good morning.
Yeah.
Is this your first fashion show that you're hosting?
No, it's the second annual. It's my second time doing it. I like to live my "Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead" fantasy. You know what I mean? Oh no, so yeah, is that where she did the fashion show?
Was that?
Was it that one, or am I thinking the other one?
Yeah. Christina Applegate?
No, I know Christina Applegate was
In
was
the
hosting
movie.
it, right?
Yeah. I only know the one line from that movie.
Which one?
Right on top of that, Rose.
Right on top of that, Rose. Thank you, Katrina. Thank you, Katrina. Whipping up some action in her tangerine tights. It's yeah, it's a dream, babe. I love a good fashion show, especially a fashion show for a cause.
Yeah. And sustainable fashion.
It is. It's
Yeah.
amazing. They've been around 30 years, helping out amazing charities, helping out women and support parades, and also no-kill shelters. So it's like an amazing thing to come to. You get to see me just rag on people in fashion, which is always great because people love to rag on my fashion. So it's a way to give back to the community, you know?
So you were here all last summer. What have you been up to this winter?
Traveling, working a lot. I was over in Europe. I was in Puerto Vallarta for a few months, and yeah, just haven't stopped traveling. I was in Key West yesterday with Prouder Together, which is an organization, Jonathan Hawkins and the Crown. We started to, try to save prides. In the last 5 years, a lot of them are disappearing, and it's artists and destinations and venues that are trying to put it at the forefront and save pride. So it's an amazing thing to be able to be a part of, and which leads me to be extremely tired. So you are welcome.
No, I heard you were in Key West yesterday. I'm like, how are you here right now?
I went
12
from
hours.
Key West to Atlanta to Boston I came to Provincetown. I rented a car, and then we drove up to go to the Arts Foundation Gala last night, supporting the arts, which Danny Marandola and I just had a few cocktails and then bought a trip to Italy. So, and I just said, well, I'm giving back.
When are you going to Italy?
I don't know. We're going to go, I think, for my birthday in November. But it was like a package that you could win. And I was like, now I'm going to be Diane Lane. I'm going to live my life under the Tuscan sun.
We're so lucky.
Yeah. That's how we're
I
going
want
to
to
do
be
it.
you when I grow up.
Please, I want to be me when I grow up as well. So I just got to grow up first.
Last time we had you on was ahead of your musical at the Crown. Any, I know there were plans.
Yeah, so
Any
there's
updates?
plans still going on. We're raising funding to film, to finish the film, the documentary, and we're working on a stage production to bring that out. Myself and Blake Allen, we co-created it, and he's busy being a doctor at the moment. He just got his doctorate. So I didn't know. You could be a music doctor. You can, smart people things. I just dress up as a woman for a living. So to become smarter, because we all know women are smarter.
Very true.
Yes.
How long do we have you on this trip?
I am here. I'm leaving for another Prouder Together in Fort Lauderdale next week, but I'm back and forth. But you have me till
You're here for the summer.
Yeah, I'm here for the summer till like September, like second week of September. Awesome. Doing my new show, Scene Queen, Fridays through Tuesdays at 7:30 at the Crown.
Friday through Tuesday. Excellent. I can
Yeah.
come on Mondays.
And I'm doing brunch on Saturdays as well. So in case you're not a late night girl, it's 7:30. So you'll be out by 8:30. We'll be in bed by 9. You can come check that out. But yeah, brunch as well.
All at the Crown.
All at the Crown.
Excellent.
Well, if I couldn't get a Crown on national television, I figure I'll just get it here.
You know I lived for you that season.
Oh, mommy, that season was definitely an eye opener, and like I said, it was done. So yeah, hopefully it will go back, and then we'll really terrorize the children. So I've learned a thing about myself that like once I get comfortable with the place or I've been through it, you know what I mean? Like then I'm just a complete monster, and I'm taking this new thing in life, and it's called giving zero fucks. So yeah, the children who decided to criticize me online, I just said thank you because you've created me. So you're welcome.
I lived for it. You are my kind of drag queen.
Oh, thanks. Because I did drag.
Right.
I didn't know I showed up, but it wasn't a drag competition. It was like more of a fashion show. And I was like, okay, I see you.
Right.
And I'm here for it. But now I know what you want. And now I'm really going to annihilate you. So
One of the things I did ahead of your season was right after the first episode aired, I was like, these are the characters I hope these queens do for Snatch Game. And you were incredible as the workout guy, Richard
Simmons. I was supposed to do Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh, no way.
And it was all set, and I brought it, but Rue looked me in the eye and she goes, "Did you do it on your audition tape?" And I said, "Yes." And she goes, "I don't remember."
Oh.
And I went, "Oh God!" So I shouldn't do it. So it was the last minute. I knew I'd be safe with Richard Simmons because, like, he's fun. He's, you know what I mean? Like, you can get a handle on it. But who did you think I was going to do?
Bette Midler.
Oh, see, funny, obviously, boo. You know what I mean?
Like, it's like 80s beaches.
I know, but the problem is when you pick those characters, Rue is so well versed, and in Snatch Game,
he's gonna throw
it's
things at
only
you that
Rue
like...
and you and the camera crew. There's no audience. So like, if Rue's not laughing, you're not having a good time. I mean, it's very long episode too. So like, it's hard because you don't want them to ask so many questions. So like, I knew if I did Bette Midler, it would be like fire. And you'd have to have like, and I think that's why a lot of people stay away from these characters.
Yeah, totally.
Smart play.
Smart play.
Maybe we'll see you on again in the future.
You know, you never know.
You know I want that.
Who knows? But I told you, yeah, I would love to go back. And I think it's different when you go back for All-Stars because, you know, you have a firm grip on the fans. You have a firm grip on what it is. And I think you just finally say, look, you've already done what you could do to me. So now I'm just going to do me. Yeah. So I think it's lovely to see people on All-Stars.
Yeah, it's so much fun. I'm loving the season. Our local friend Terrence Meck and the Paulette Fund put all the money in for the donation. So it feels like we're doing it.
Yeah, honey. It's all about. It's all about.
Do you have any advice for Harrison's current housing crisis?
Yes.
Sleep with rich men.
Sleep with rich men. And then just terrorize the homeowners because I think that's a great way to really just get back. You know,
I'm already doing that. Don't you worry.
No. You know, it's interesting to see like the housing changes. You know, in Providence, it's the same. Like in New York, I mean, people try to, you know, get you out, but also like, honey, the laws, and God knows I love to, I'm Elle Woods, honey, I object, you know, take it on, just put on some pink, put on a blonde wig and get to town hall because that's one way to start a riot, baby. Oh, and you can borrow my dog. I have a little lady. She's 4.5 pounds. She's my little girl.
Does she love being at the beach?
She loves it. Yeah. I adopted her when I was in Puerto Vallarta. So I kind of like get in the bag. We're going.
She's a gay vacation destination girl.
She is, girl. She goes everywhere. She loves to travel. She loves the Delta Lounge. That's where she gets her good chicken. She loves the breakfast sausage there. I mean, yes, this is why yes. I love animals.
Thank you so much for coming in this morning. We'll be checking you out at the Ruthies Fashion Show and all summer at the Crown and Anchor.
Yes.
Yeah. I have links to your tickets at the Crown and Anchor Show in the bio right now.
Right here.
Click on it.
There. Somewhere
Put
here,
your credit card
on
info
it.
in.
It's right here. It's right here. That's where they put it.
Okay, now we have a very special performance. We had the Lonely Parrots on 2 weeks ago, and we just had a technical difficulty, and we were so bummed that the audience didn't get to hear what we were hearing here in the room because it was absolutely amazing. So they sent us a video of them performing. Check out this song now.
Coldplay. Take one.
Singing old Coldplay songs. Somebody showed me when I was young. I didn't get them at the time. Oh, but now I'm seeing it in all yellow. Learning how to love and let go. Living like there's some things you can't fix and still you will go. Looking at the same sky, falling into new eyes. Meeting garden sunsets and riverbeds and good sex. Oh, 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 oh. Nobody knows where we end up when we go. Oh, oh, oh. Nobody knows. I wanna get lost in it, forget about hours and minutes, wish away state lines and hate crimes and algorithms. I wanna remember to dance. I wanna get dirt on my hands. Don't take much to make a home. Oh, oh, oh. Nobody knows. Singing an old Coldplay songs. Somebody showed me when I was young. I didn't get them at the time. Oh, but now I'm singing it all yellow, learning how to love and let go, living like there's some things you can't fix and still you will grow, looking at the same sky, falling into new eyes, meeting God in late nights that fade into sunrise. I wanna get lost in it, forget about hours and minutes, wish away state lines and hate crimes and algorithms. I wanna remember to dance, I wanna get dirt on my hands. Don't take much to make a home. Oh, oh, oh. Nobody knows where we end up when we go. Oh, oh, oh. Nobody knows. Go.
Awesome.
Great.
411.
Say something, Harris. I know. What an incredible performance. Those guys have beautiful voices and feet pics for free. Those gentlemen have beautiful voices and they blend so well. I think they are playing in California tonight. So if you're in California, go see them.
We love you boys. Thank you for performing for us.
Before we go, we just had Paul Rizzo on. They are doing, it's called Outside Straight Lines, a celebration of LGBTQ plus artists on the Cape. And it is tomorrow night at the 204 in Harwich with an opening reception at 6 o'clock tomorrow. And it has some of our local favorites. It has Mark Adams, Beth Faherty, Joe Hay, Paul Rizzo, obviously, Chris Sousa. It's going to be such an incredible show. And it's nice to see them supporting queer artists in places on the Cape besides Freetown. So
and while you're doing your Provincetown Friday night gallery stroll, please check out our friend Matthew Bielan's art at the 411 Gallery.
I just got the info. I'm so sorry. Jenny Humphreys at the 411 Gallery tonight. Thank you so much for watching today. A big thank you to our sponsors, the Crown and Anchor Provincetown Brewing Company, Shipwreck at the Brass Key, the Provincetown Business Guild, Crown and Anchor? Boat Slip. I couldn't remember which one I didn't say. But thank you to all of you guys. And thank you for waking up in Provincetown.
Wherever you are.
We'll see you next week.
Good morning, everybody. Wake up. Wake up, wake up. In Provincetown.